Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I want to talk about college roommates, and because I'm moving for the 6th time in my whole entire college career, I just felt like I had to share some stories with you guys, because entering college, yeah, it can be fun. It's either a good thing or a bad thing. You know, college, they say college is a place where you find yourself, you find your true friends, your lifelong friends, your lover. You're so much closer to your career goals, basically. But there's just things in between college or in college that you can't really avoid, or you experience that you don't want to experience, or you don't plan on experiencing, but experience anyways. And one of them is, or are, roommates. If there's more than one, you'd be lucky to only have one. Oh fuck, this is gonna be such a fun video. My first experience with college. So when I first entered college, I actually ended up in Los Angeles. I'm from the Bay Area. One of my friends told me that he was gonna come to school in Los Angeles, and we actually planned a whole entire living situation with each other, where he was like, hey, you know, like, I have a friend who lives in LA that we can live with. You know, housing won't be bad, you know, it'll be pretty cheap, whatever. So I was like, cool, like, yeah, I'm down, you know, like, you know, I'll be going to school in LA anyways, like, cool, let's go, right? What happened was, when I was set on moving already, the week that I was about to move, my friend goes, hey, Mark, I actually decided not to go to school there anymore, and I'll be staying here in the Bay Area. I'm so sorry for any inconvenience, and da-da-da-da. What the fuck? So in my head, I'm just like, are you serious, dude? Like, my living situation right now was set with you, and you decided to just back out very last minute. You could have told me like a week ago, or a month ago, or 2 weeks ago. Why does that have to be now, right? Very inconvenient. So I was stuck with 2 of his friends that I did not know. So this is the first problem that I literally faced when I first entered college. I roomed with people who I did not know. You know, me, you know, living with my parents for all my entire life before college, you know, up to my senior year in high school. I didn't know how it was like living with someone that I didn't know. I was nervous, I was scared, and it was kind of awkward because I didn't know these people. So I took the gut on moving over to Los Angeles. I obviously paid for a lot more because, you know, that rent was supposed to be split between 3 of us, but it ended up being split between 2 of us, and it was fine. It's just, I didn't mind the money, but it was just awkward. Let's just say it was awkward. Obviously, if you start living with someone, you end up, you know, finding out about them, you know, you eventually get to know them, you eventually get to be friends with them, you get more comfortable with them and whatnot, and that's exactly what happened. However, you know, also, as time goes by, you also catch on to their bad living habits. And by bad living habits, they can either range from not doing their laundry, putting their clothes everywhere, their stuff being everywhere, them not washing dishes and gnats flying around, or basically them stealing your food, or being really loud at night, such as being bringing their friends over, or snoring really loud, or probably fucking really loud if they have a girlfriend or boyfriend, or just playing video games or watching TV really late at night. Yeah, that's kind of the things that I first wasn't aware of when I first moved out, because unlike you guys, I never really looked up on YouTube, like, you know, how is it like to really live with people or having a roommate in college. So yeah, so good for you guys for coming here. I witnessed people not washing their dishes. There was actually cockroaches in my first apartment, which was really disgusting. My living situation just went down the drain ASAP. What really sucked was, so I was living with 2 other guys that were going to a different school than I was. Their mom was basically in charge of the whole entire living situation. So they were brothers, they were twin brothers, and what happened was was basically the mom came in, and every time there was like dishes and stuff or anything that was wrong with the apartment, of course I would always get the blame for it because I'm not part of their family, and also I'm also the stranger in the house. Even though I was practically the one who was always cleaning, you know, vacuuming and whatnot. We had carpet, so it was kind of gross to not clean the carpet. So I would always clean, and my stuff would always be clean, all my dishes would be clean. Their parents came to visit, I was just always blamed for, and I just felt like it wasn't fair. And there came to a point where their parents kind of just was like, this is it, I'm just gonna pay for this apartment for both of my sons, and you're gonna have to find another place to live. And I was literally given only 3 weeks to find a place, and that was really hard. And that was like in the middle of midterms week, and that was like super stressful for me. So that was the first time that I've reached stress in college. Yeah, so I had to go find another place. I was on Craigslist, I was like scrolling and whatnot, and I eventually found a place. I lived with master's students, and my roommate was actually an MBA student at UCLA. He was very respectful and whatnot, but the thing is, this guy had really bad BO, and by really bad BO I mean like the whole entire room smelled like really bad BO. And it was kind of ridiculous because even my clothes, you know, sometimes when you're in the kitchen, you're cooking, and whatever you're cooking, the scent gets into your clothes. Yeah, that's how it was. Like with his BO, it was really bad. That was one of the problems that I had while I was living at that new place. Another thing that I had was, so I lived with 2 master's students, and the other one was, I don't know what the hell he was doing. I know for a fact that he wasn't a master's student, and he wasn't either an undergrad student. I think he was just working as a professional or whatever. There was this one time where I came home from class, and it was late at night, and I opened the door. Apparently he didn't hear me because he was in the living room. He was in the living room, and he had a TV on, and I looked to my left. It was like really dark for some reason. Good thing I didn't turn on the lights, but I looked to my left, and there was something moving, and I was like, wait, what? So I look at the couch, and it was him fucking this girl. And that was the first time I've ever encountered, you know, like public sex or like nudity, and like, you know, like my virgin eyes just got ripped out, you know. And yeah, so that guy was like having sex with this girl on the couch, and they didn't even notice me. I like quietly, like super quietly tiptoed my way. So the alleyway is right here, and the we have a living room. There's a bar on all the way at the end. The living room with the TV on. I guess the TV was pretty much loud, and they didn't really hear me, or they were just enjoying their time. But I was like literally tiptoeing myself back to my room, and it was just, I was kind of shocked because that was my first time seeing that. So the year came by, and my lease ended, so I had to find a new place. So I was kind of desperate to find new people because the school year was coming up. And so I posted on the school's housing page, and I looked all over Craigslist, and people started to contact me. So I had one dude, he's a Taiwanese dude, and another dude who was Korean. And what was funny was this guy messaged me, and he was like, hey, like, I need a place to live, you know, like it would be cool to live with you and whatnot. So we all went together to this new apartment place, and we filled out, you know, applications and whatnot. We all got along together, you know, we had jam sessions throughout the school year. But one of the things that I really did not like was one of those guys where he always threw parties and stuff. So everything would just be a mess. And we also lived in a studio because around UCLA, it's literally like really expensive apartments and like studios and condos. So yeah, it was bad. There was 3 of us guys, and there wasn't really any real rooms. There was just a divider. So it was me and this guy living on the other side of the divider, and then the Taiwanese guy was living in the living room essentially, and he had a futon. There was really no privacy anywhere. And also there was this girl who was an international girl. She lived with us without paying rent, which was really weird because, well, apparently she had a crush on the Korean guy, And that was kind of weird because they had like this thing where they pretended like they didn't really like each other, but on the side they were really fucking. And then the Taiwanese dude was rushing for a fraternity, and he met a girl from USC, and they're pretty much would like fuck in the living room. And I'm not gonna lie, like you're gonna deal with drinking and drugs and whatnot in college, and that's definitely something you're not supposed to do. But this dude would literally give us like sleeping pills so that way he can like fuck his girlfriend, and it was so fucking weird. So you're gonna meet people like that. Eventually it got to a point where it was actually final season, and this dude, the Korean guy, threw a huge party while me and the other guy were out of our apartments. I think I was out of town during that time. What happened was the next morning he breaks out the news that we're getting evicted. I was so fucking shocked, and I was like literally shaking because I've never been evicted in my whole entire life, and with eviction, that'll go on your records. And so I was scared, and I was like, whoa, like what happened? And you know, our studio being really small, he ended up like fitting like 30 people in there, which was crazy. I didn't even know where he put his our mattresses because there's no real room. What he eventually did was bring those mattresses inside our walk-in closet, and that's how it was. And there was also a light bulb in that walk-in closet that fell and freaking shattered. That definitely came out of our security deposit. But with the eviction thing, he threw a party and he got really drunk, and you know K-Rage, like when K-Rage is basically, you know, a lot of Koreans get really pissed off when they're drunk. And it's not just Koreans, but it's mostly common with Koreans from his own explanation. So what happened was our apartment complex has a hallway and there's exit signs, and they shattered the exit signs and they shattered some of the lights. And basically they saw it on surveillance camera and they caught who it was, and it was our room. And so we got evicted. And also because we've gotten a lot of like notices about like really loud parties at our apartment, and that's necessarily not because of me or my other roommate, but because of him. So it was bad. It was that bad. So that's another thing that you would deal in college. You might be evicted, and it really sucks that I was evicted in college, because that's not something that you want, because when you're trying to apply for apartments later on, they'll see that. And that goes on to my next one. I actually had to meet with the manager of the apartment, because she saw that previously in my last apartment situation I got evicted, and she wanted to clarify that on why exactly I got evicted. So I had to tell her the whole entire story and that it wasn't exactly my fault. And she was like, yeah, you seem like a pretty good kid, you know, like just letting you know we have zero tolerance for any parties here or loud noises, and if there are parties, it's gonna be $100 each person in the apartment that they have to pay if we ever get complaints. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. So she let me sign the lease. So I ended up living with those people, but I got accepted into a study abroad program where I was offered a full scholarship to study abroad in Korea. So I took that opportunity, and this is another thing that you'll be doing in college. You're either gonna be going out somewhere out of the country for studying abroad, or you have something really important to do or an emergency to do. But at that point, you would have to find a subletter. And a subletter is basically someone who takes over your spot for a certain term, and they're basically paying for your rent, but either you tell your manager or you don't. Sometimes it's really illegal to sublet your spot, but most college students do it anyways, and so that's what I did. And this guy was paying my rent while I was studying abroad, because I technically wasn't living there anyways. So every time he got mail sent over to our place, he would always name it under me, so that way he wouldn't get caught. So that's another thing that you would be doing. And then I ended up moving. I ended up finding a house that was offering a room, because my friend from Korea was in LA and he was doing an internship, and so I ended up moving with him. We had housemates who just liked to smoke weed the whole entire time and like party, and we really did not know that. One of the girls was a sophomore and the other girl was a junior, and they were all about partying and stuff like that. It was always loud in that place. So after my friend finished his internship, I really had to move out right away because it was just so bad. Like, it got to the point where it was like parties and parties and parties and parties and parties where you couldn't even sleep anymore, and it's crazy. So I eventually ended up moving on my own, and moving on your own is really beneficial for you because you get to do whatever you want. You get privacy, you can bring people over, you can sleep whenever you want, you can blast music. Basically you have so much more freedom than living with someone. That's actually where I am right now. It's a lot better, but having your own room is actually pretty expensive because that can range up to like $1,000 a room. Really depends on what area you live in, but like a UCLA area, if you want your own room, it's around $1,400, which is a lot for some people. Well, it's definitely a lot for me. But if you live in the 66 or like the Valley, you know, around those areas, you know, it's a lot cheaper, but the commute is crazy wherever you go to. And I'm actually moving again because of some financial issues that the manager has here. So I'll be moving again soon, but I'll be having my own place. But yeah, that's just some things that you'll be experiencing in college. And sometimes, you know, in college, you do meet some people who are really nice that you get, you know, you really bond with. Just like some of my close friends, my best friend, for instance, you know, she met her other best friends her freshman year of college, you know, rooming or dorming, and she's still good friends with them to this point until they graduated college. So good for them. Not everyone's gonna like go through these type of things, but I just wanted to let you guys know about bad things that you would probably encounter when you do find a roommate or when you room with someone in college. But anyways, if you are going back to school, good luck. If it's your first time in college, have fun. Step in there like a sponge, take in everything, absorb everything, just enjoy yourself. And if you're gonna have a roommate, be considerate, you know. Try to set some ground rules or something, because honestly, you do not want to fight with people, and especially you do not want to get evicted. And especially a drama or like between your roommate and you would just be really awkward for the rest of the term, and you don't want that to happen because no one wants bad vibes. You always want good vibes, right? So sending good vibes to you guys. But yeah, so that's that for that video. I want to wish everyone a good luck for their whole entire, or for the rest of their semester or quarter, those who are in quarter system. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more contents like this, or for more future videos. If you've encountered something like this, leave a comment down below and let me know what it is, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have had really crazy college roommate stories, you know, probably even more crazier than mine. But yeah, so let me know that, and I'll see you on the next video.